In today's world, NBA players are literally making more money than they know what to do with it. We're talking from the stars who never miss a game right down to the 15th player on the bench. This has definitely changed the lives of so many, but it's one thing to make money and another to actually keep it. Many believe that once you've managed to create a great career for yourself in the NBA, you're financially secure forever. But that's not always the case. Even after getting fat paychecks throughout your career, fast cars, poor investments, and mega mansions can take you from 100 to 0 like that. So, today we'll be going through some famous NBA players who somehow lost all their wealth in the most interesting ways. The number one name on our list will blow your mind. Well, without further ado, let's get right to it. Number 7. Shawn Kemp. We all know Shawn, right? The Rain Man, 6-time NBA All-Star and 3-time All-NBA second-team member. He had one of those careers, playing for quite a number of teams. The Seattle Supersonics, Portland Trail Blazers, Cleveland Cavaliers, and Orlando Magic. So, yeah, you just know he had one heck of a career, but he's on here. So you know he did something wrong. Kemp's tale of rags to riches is mainly related to really bad personal decisions. After a career which was incredibly lucrative, by the way, netting him as much as $90 million, the Rain Man, unfortunately, has found himself with just $5 million in assets in 2022. Kemp might have just been a bit too focused on making sure the Kemp family name stayed alive, fathering at least 7 kids with 6 different women. This, of course, came with a whole lot of financial responsibilities for Kemp, having to provide financial support to 6 different families. Like that wasn't already too much financial baggage for him, then came the legal problems. On a number of occasions, Kemp has been charged with illegal possession of drugs. So, great decision-making in the court, not so great decision-making out of it. And there are a lot more from where that came from. Number 6. Darius Miles. Every true NBA fan remembers Darius like it was just yesterday. He pulled off that incredible 47-point game against the Denver Nuggets, which, if you didn't know, was like the 8th highest single-game output in the franchise's history up to that point. Yeah, his controversial time in the NBA is one of the main reasons why no one is forgetting him anytime soon, but being able to carve out a name in a team with the King LeBron is certainly no easy feat, a feat that definitely earned him a good amount of money. Unfortunately, when a major knee injury hit Darius in April 2006, Darius was forced to retire early, and that was pretty much it for his NBA career. While his NBA career was cut short, Miles' retirement plan wasn't foolproof either. Based on reports, Miles continued with his luxurious lifestyle like he was still an active player, and this took a toll on his financial stability. Furthermore, a slew of failed investments also did Darius absolutely no good. After making about $62 million throughout his pretty short NBA career, Miles eventually filed for bankruptcy in 2016. Yikes. Just 2 years afterwards, Miles addressed mental health issues he struggled with after his career. Number 5. Larry Johnson. Grandmama LJ will definitely go down as one of the best power forwards ever when he was in his prime, but he had his time cut short, sadly. After becoming a star in college, the NBA knew they had to swoop in on him immediately, and that they did. It didn't take long before he was drafted to the Hornets, where he quickly became a fan favorite. In the Charlotte Hornets, he became a 2-time All-Star, and in just 5 seasons there, he'd already averaged an impressive 19.2 points per game and 9.2 rebounds per game. Afterwards, he headed to the Knicks, where he also became an instant fan favorite. No Knicks could possibly forget that iconic 4-point play against the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Finals. But all that came to an abrupt end thanks to the severe back issues that plagued him throughout his career. He announced his early retirement on the 10th of October, 2001. 14 years after that, he filed for bankruptcy after it was revealed that he owed a whole lot of money in child support. LJ, just Shawn Kemp, had a really wide family. He has 5 children with 4 women, which translates to a wild lot in child support. In 2015, his questionable decisions caught up to him when he filed for bankruptcy, claiming he owed up to $120,000 in unpaid child support. Right now, Johnson's financial status remains a mystery. 3. Vin Baker. Vin is one of the most decorated players on our list today. A four-time All-Star who earned about $100 million during his NBA career, playing for the Milwaukee Bucks, Seattle Supersonics, Boston Celtics, New York Knicks, Houston Rockets, and LA Clippers. Baker was one heck of an offensive threat in his heyday, but people will mostly remember him for his controversial moments when he wasn't on the court. Baker's struggles post-retirement are pretty well documented. After, and in fact, during his career, Baker struggled greatly with addiction, depression, and alcoholism, which led to a serious financial crisis. He even eventually cited these issues as the main reason his NBA career derailed out of the blues. But that wasn't the end of Baker's tale, though. While all these would spell doom for others, Baker was a neat, little exception. Somehow, he found a way to turn his life around. He sobered up and even became a pastor. In order to stay afloat, he got a job working at a Starbucks. Since then, he'd even managed to get back into the basketball world in a number of ways. He first worked as an analyst for Fox Sports, before coming back as an assistant coach for the Milwaukee Bucks and even winning the championship in 2021. Number 2. Latrell Sprewell. I got a family to feed. These words will forever haunt Sprewell for the rest of his life. Why would anyone even turn down a $20 million contract extension? Because he wanted so much more. In 2004, Sprewell was offered a contract extension by the Minnesota Timberwolves, a contract worth $21 million, but Sprewell, for some reason, turned it down. He would never sign another contract after the 2005 season, but before that, the four-time NBA All-Star was a nightmare to any team he went up against. Latrell did have his issues. No one could possibly forget the infamous choking of P.J. Carlesimo, his then head coach, but that still didn't stop him from making nearly $100 million in his NBA career. Just 3 years post-retirement, Sprewell had literally lost everything. His financial issues first started in 2007, when his long-term companion sued him for as much as $200 million for ending their relationship agreement. And like that wasn't already enough, later that year, his $1.5 million yacht was repossessed by a federal marshal. Apparently, Sprewell couldn't keep up with his luxurious life. He'd stopped paying for and insuring the vessel, for which he owed about $1.3 million. The yacht was even eventually auctioned after Sprewell defaulted on his mortgage. In 2011, it was revealed that Latrell owed the state of Wisconsin $3.5 million in unpaid income taxes. Sprewell's problem was his pride. He just didn't want to let go of his luxurious lifestyle. 1-1. Allen Iverson. If there was ever going to be a poster boy for the usual NBA rags to riches story, then here he is, Allen the Answer. Iverson, the same man who Forbes actually called the most gifted and fearless guard to ever play pro basketball. And they were not wrong one bit. During his 14th season in the NBA, Iverson won everything there was to win in the league. He is an 11-time NBA All-Star, won the All-Star Game MVP award in 2001 and 2005, and was the NBA's Most Valuable Player, MVP, in 2001. He's, in fact, often regarded as one of the most influential NBA players of all time. But all these accomplishments still didn't stop him from facing financial issues, arrests, and a whole lot of off-court troubles, including a divorce, marred Iverson's post-retirement plans. The Sixers star fell victim to the same vices that ruined so many NBA stars like him. But even with his arrests and off-court troubles, he would have still stood strong if not for the many high-priced but quick-depreciating assets he got. We're talking jewelries and cars, hard-to-sell mansions, and even family members and friends with their handouts. In the end, Iverson had squandered a $200 million fortune. Iverson had the answer to everything but how to deal with his great fortune. How do you even come back from that? And with that, guys, we've come to the end of today's video. While none of this could ever affect just how valuable these players are, All they do is give you clue of the major pitfalls that have more than 60% of NBA stars, past and present. Fortunately, the NBA is actually taking steps to properly teach younger NBA players all about financial planning. Could this be a good solution? Well, we all just have to wait to find out.